Maybe switching the leg that's in front as you cross your legs, if that's available to you. And we'll just invite our eyes to close and our awareness to come into this inner space of the self. Get a sense of meeting yourself today just as you are. That invites this practice of unfolding, this practice of releasing what sticks to us from the outside world. And the practice of connecting with our deepest self, that self that is full of wisdom and compassion. And so here you might invite a deepening of your breath. Invite that sense of compassion to spread throughout your whole being. And this idea of compassion always starts with the self. Showing yourself grace, being easy with yourself. And perhaps here you'll begin to find an equal length inhale, an equal length exhale. Notice if there are any gaps or pauses in the cycle of your breathing, and if there are, we'll just smooth them out. You'll hear into the fullness and expansiveness of each inhale, into the complete emptying of each exhale. And let yourself here connect with whatever intention brings you to the mat today. We'll invite our palms at heart center as you find your inner intention for practice. Hands in this Anjali Mudra. And there's space to set and seal our intention here with a single sound of Om. You're always welcome to join or to listen. Om. Listen your hands down to your lap. Let's just begin to find a simple movement of your head around your neck. It could be a big circle, might be very small. You might keep your eyes closed, really going inwards to the sensations that show up as you circle your head here. And the next time your chin is drawing inwards, we will just pause and reverse your circle in the opposite direction if you are taking full circles today. Now bring your head back towards center. Lift one knee upwards here. You're gonna wiggle into the toes. Just hold in front of your knee, just wiggling into the toes. And then we'll lower the toes down and lift your heel. And we'll lower the heel and lift your toes. Just going back and forth here. Yeah. We're stabilizing the knee because the knee is not really working here. This is really movement coming from your foot and your ankle. Good. Let's release this foot down. Bring your other knee upwards and we'll start just lifting your toes, giving them a nice little stretch and a wiggle. And we'll bring the toes down, heel up, heel down, toes up. Just shifting between these two. Lovely. Next time your foot lands fully on the ground, go ahead and slide your heels forward. Come back to that movement into the toes. Little wiggle into your 10 toes here. And if you notice, like on my foot, my middle toes don't want to wiggle. You notice that you have toes that are not wiggling, you might just bring your hands down and manually manipulate that wiggle. So just kind of inviting that movement. And we'll do that on both sides. Unsticking the muscles, warming them as we put our hands to our feet, just coming back into that full wiggle. Wiggle and movement here into all the toes. Piling on, people. And with your toes pointing up, let's just rotate here on your heel. Good. And then we'll point our toes up towards the ceiling and reverse our rotation. Good. And I think perfectly said, since our feet meet the floor so often, our footwork is best done, I think, on our backs, on the ground. So give yourself whatever support you want as you come to reclining on your back. We'll start with our knees bent. And we'll just bring one knee in towards your chest. You can support behind your thigh. We're extending our foot long towards the ceiling. Come back into that invitation of movement just in the toes. Notice if your ankle wants to move, and we're really trying to keep this movement in the toes, not the ankle. So find as much wiggle and stretch and movement as you can into your 5 toes here. And then we'll come into that rotation here of your foot around your ankle. And next time the sole of your foot is flat, we'll rotate in the opposite direction. Lovely. Let's bring your foot into stillness here. Bend into your knee. Lower your foot to the ground. Bring your other foot up, supporting behind your thigh. Extend your leg long. Find that movement, again, just in the toes. Notice if your ankle wants to help, and just trying to keep this movement only in these 5 toes. Wiggling and stretching, just whatever mobilization you can find here in your toes. And then we'll invite our ankle to the party. So find that rotation of your ankle. And we'll rotate in the opposite direction. Good, go ahead and bend into your knee, lower your foot back down to the ground. Extend your arms into the shape of a T, the back of your hand supported on the ground, palms facing up. Walk your feet a little wider than your hips, the knees still pointing up towards the ceiling. Create more space side to side between your feet. Then we'll windshield wiper our knees side to side. So lots of space between your heels. You're deciding how far your knees are moving in either of these directions. And as you come back towards center, point both knees directly up. Walk your feet back in, hips width distance. Send the palms of your hands down by your side. With your hips on the ground, press your low back into the ground. Scoop your tailbone up. And without your hips leaving the ground, arch your low back here. Point your tailbone down. Just moving between these two. Pressing your low back here as you scoop your tailbone up. Arching your low back as you point your tailbone down. Breathing and feeling into these pelvic mutations. Good. Let's bring your pelvis into a neutral position and extend your heels forward, a little bit wide as they come forward, maybe max with distance here. Good. Hike your right hip up towards your right shoulder. It's a real subtle movement. So you're just kind of lifting that right hip up, not away from the ground, but up, pointing it towards the right armpit, and then slide the right hip back into place and scoot that left hip up towards your left armpit. So just a little shift side to side of the hips. As you're sliding one hip up, you can feel your opposite heel lengthening long on your mat. So it's just this movement coming from the hips, shifting that's exactly, shifting side to side. Really lovely. Bring yourself to neutral here. Walk your heels in towards each other. And if you are right up against the wall, you might scoot forward because we want to be able to reach our arms back and behind us. So give yourself enough space. Walk both heels to the right side of your mat. Walk both wrists to the right side of your mat. You might even hold your left wrist with your right fingers. You might cross your right ankle over your left ankle. We're breathing here in our reclining half moon pose. Deep breaths into the left side of your body. And go ahead, release hold of your wrist if you have it. Uncross your ankles. Walk your heels back towards center and then off the left side of your mat. As your heels come to the left, extend your fingers towards the left of your mat. Maybe grasping the right wrist now with your left fingers. Maybe crossing the left ankle over the right. Breathing into the stretch here. Nice big inhale here. As you breathe out, release hold of your wrists, uncross your ankles, walk your whole body back into that straight line at center. Take a fold of both knees, bring both feet to the earth, and then press both heels directly up towards the ceiling. Heels are lifted up here, toes drawing in. Swing your arms directly over your shoulders. Feel the back of your shoulders connect to the ground. Rotate your palms so they point towards each other. Breathing here into our U-shaped pose. So in this posture, we are not attempting to bring our feet and our hands towards each other. We're feeling into that full connection between the back body and the ground, feeling into that lift of our limbs upwards, even as we can feel our shoulders and our hips really plugged into our arms and our legs here. Deep breaths here. Next, exhale, open your limbs like the shape of an X, lower them to the ground. We're coming into our reclined position with our arms long, our heels long, heels stretching away from each other, legs are long. Good to keep the back of your shoulder and the back of your hip connected to the ground. Take a bend of your right knee and right elbow without leaving the ground. Draw those limbs towards each other and then inhale, extend back out. You're gonna keep this movement on the right side. So we're bending right knee, right elbow, drawing towards each other, lengthening outwards. Throughout this movement, we've got that connection between the outer edge of your foot, between the back of your elbow and the ground. Inhaling long, exhaling in. And the next time you come long here, we'll take this movement to the opposite side, bending knee and elbow towards each other and lengthening long. Beautiful. Come back into our long space. Draw the heels towards each other. Bring your hands down by your side. And we're just going to take a bend of your knees. Bend of your knees here. Good. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Pull the right toes in towards your knee. Really press that right knee forward if that's available to you. You might use your hands pressing on the inner edge of our knee. We're not going to do that pressure without the strong activation of your foot. So keep those right toes drawing towards your knee, right heels long. We're just going to rock that lower leg side to side. Really lovely. Let's come back towards center. If this feels like a strong stretch here, you can stay here. If you'd like more, lift your left foot away from the ground. Hug your hands behind that left thigh. Keep that action of pressing through your right heel, that lifted heel. Keep those toes drawing back in towards your knee. Maybe with your right elbow, you can press that right knee forward a little bit. So it's hooking the elbow to the inner edge of your knee and just pressing that forward. Deep breath here in our reclining pigeon. Next exhale, release your left foot to the ground. Bring your right knee inward, support behind your right thigh. Extend the right foot up towards the ceiling. Come back into that movement of your toes. And from your toes, invite some movement into your ankle. And we'll rotate in the opposite direction in the right leg. Good. Release your leg here. With control, very slowly lower your straight leg down. Very slowly, resisting the pull of gravity here. And when your heel does land fully on the ground, take your right arm, if it's available, we're going to stretch the right arm back. Press your right heel forward, just breathing into this line of energy in the right body. And from the heel forward, stretch your toes forward. Reaching back with your right fingers, forward with your right toes. Bring your hand by your side, bend into your right knee. Cross your left ankle over the right. Bring the left toes towards your left knee, press through your heel, and if it's available, if this doesn't cause pain in your knee, we're very gently pressing that inner left knee forward. And from there, we can invite our side to side movement of the right foot on the ground. You are welcome to stay here. If this is the stretch that you need, certainly stay in motion here or come into stillness. If you'd like to go a little more deep into your hip stretch, you're going to lift the right foot away from the ground. We're holding behind the right thigh here, maybe using your left elbow to gently guide the inner left knee forward and away from your torso. Wherever you are, nice deep breath in the Supta Kapadasana. Nice big inhale here. As you exhale, if you took that option to lift the right leg up, we'll release the right heel to the ground, uncross your left ankle, support behind your left thigh as you extend your foot towards the ceiling. Find that movement of your toes here on the left foot. From your toes, invite movement into your ankle. We'll rotate in the opposite direction around your ankle. Release your hands from your foot, press up through your heel, and then with control, lower all the way down towards the ground. And when your foot does land here, if it's okay on this shoulder, extend your left arm back and parallel to your ear. Start by pressing forward through your heel, reaching back through your left fingers. Then point your left toes forward, stretch your toes forward, keep reaching back with your fingers. Then we'll bring your hand down by your side, bend into your left knee, lift both knees in towards your chest. Separate your knees the width of your armpit. Hold behind your thighs, soles of your feet pointing up towards the ceiling. Option to stay here or reach for the outer edges of your feet coming into this Ananda Balasana, happy baby. And as we come here, you can bend and straighten into alternate heels, pressing one leg long as the other knee bends in towards your armpit. This is going to naturally bring you into a little rocking motion from side to side. If that causes pain or discomfort, you might choose to stay center and still. Let yourself find whatever position gives you joy here. And coming back towards center, let's bring the soles of your feet towards each other. Point your knees out and away from each other. Then release the soles of your feet down. Kick one leg forward, pull behind the opposite knee. We'll just roll up to the seat. Hi. As we come to our seat, maybe find your hands and knees. You're always welcome to slide that blanket underneath your knees here. Spread your fingertips wide here. Curl your toes under. Walk your hands shoulders width distance apart with those middle fingers pointing towards the front of your mat. Then an inhale, we'll bring the hips up and back, coming into our first downward dog here. Use your exhale, lower your knees to the ground, lift your gaze forward. And then we'll inhale, coming back into that downward dog. So we're moving here dynamically between our cow pose with our knees forward, our belly down, and our downward dog with our hips up and our gaze back. You're going to move at your own pace, and that matches your own body's breath. Next time you find yourself in your cow pose, uncurl your toes, send your hips towards your heels. We're coming into our pose of the child here. You might keep your arms forward. You might be called to hug your arms back towards your heels. Let your brow rest here on the ground, your hands or a folded blanket. Nice deep breathing here. If your arms are back by your heels, extend your fingertips forward. Lift your elbows, lift your gaze here, and bring yourself back to a tabletop position. Curl your 10 toes under, walk your fingertips in towards your knees. We're stretching here into the plantar fascia. You are welcome to bring your fingertips all the way up if that is a stretch your body wants today. My body's asking for a little rest, so I'm going to keep my hands down on the ground, but you can decide what makes sense for you. Just breathing into that stretch in the back of our foot. Really lovely. Let's release the toes here. Give those toes a little wiggle as you bring the top of your foot to the ground. We're inviting a stretch now on the front of our ankle. Front of our ankle and the top of our foot. So if this is a good stretch for you, hands down, you can stay here. You can bring hands up. We are all going to have different stretches that make sense for us. If this is good, you can stay here. If you'd like more, we can bring our arms out to the side. Roll your shoulders back. We'll lean back as we lift our knees upward, stretching more into the ankles, only if it doesn't cause pain. Deep breaths wherever you are. Lower your knees if you chose to lift them. Bring your hands back down to the ground. You're gonna give those ankles a little rotation. Maybe banging against the ground. Good. Extend one leg back and long. Press through your heel. Roll forward and over your toes. Top of the toenails to the ground. So we're pressing back, rolling over the toes, pressing forward. If that toe roll is not available to you, you can always lift and lower. Either way, we're bringing the toenails to the ground as you come forward, whether it's a lift or a roll, and then pressing the heels back. Next time you're pressing back into your heel, bring your long leg in, extend your opposite leg long. Same movement on this side. Beautiful. Next time you're pressing here, back into your heel, bring your long leg in, sit yourself forward on your mat with your knees pointing up towards the ceiling. You're gonna reach underneath your right heel, grab for the left ankle and bring that left heel towards the right hip. Slide your right knee directly in. Might stay here. You might cross with your knee pointing up towards the ceiling, sole of your foot on the opposite edge of your left leg. Hold inwards here in front of your shin and close your eyes. Just feel the connection between your sit bones and the ground here. Get a sense of reaching the crown of your head up, creating a lot of length between your vertebrae. Keep holding this right knee in with the left hand. Bring your right hand behind your body. We're rotating towards that lifted knee. Keep breathing here. And we'll inhale, guiding your body back towards center. Use your right hand to uncross if you did cross that right foot here. We're going to lift our foot up to knee height. We're just bending our knee forward and back, really working into the hip here. Very nice. You could stay here, bending, pressing forward and back, or with a straight leg, you can play with that side to side. Just notice how that feels. A lot of our hips, of our shoulders, a lot of the muscles in our legs to lengthen. Let's pause with that leg out to the side. Now, I'm not here yet. I can't do this, but if it's available to you, maybe that left hand can lift and grab the right toe. Again, I'm not there. Maybe you are. There you go. Breathing wherever we are. Steady. Steady. And if you have those toes, we'll release them here. Slide your right leg back towards center. Lower your foot to the ground, and we'll invite our left heel forward. Take a lean back into your hands. Create some space between your heels. Move your knees from side to side. And windshield wiper here. Perhaps aware of the difference between the right and the left side of your body. We'll point the knees back up towards the ceiling. Bring your feet back hips width distance apart. Sitting forward, reach now underneath the right heel for the left. And did we just do that? We're doing the opposite side. Yeah, it's the opposite. Thanks, Bonnie. You gave me a look. I was like, that's wrong. Okay, so it's right heel by left hip. We're sliding the left leg maybe directly in. Cross if it's available to you. Sole of your foot down, knees pointing up. Good. And as you hug into your front shin, make sure that you're not seated on that right heel. We want to have sit bones fully connected to the ground. Close your eyes. Feel yourself rooting into that connection. Feel a sense of length and extension up through the crown of your head. You are welcome to stay here, heart forward, or we can take this twist, holding your knee in with your right hand. Left hand's going to press into the ground behind you as you rotate towards that front knee. Steady breath here. Next breath in, guide your body back towards center. Uncross this lifted leg. Reach forward with your left hand. We'll lift our heel up to knee height. We're just pressing forward and backwards here. Just finding a movement that's available on this side. You are welcome to stay here, pressing forward and backwards. Or next time your leg is long, you might take it into a side to side movement, swinging as far out to the left as you'd like to go, and then maybe crossing that line at center, reaching towards the right side of your body. Really lovely. You can stay here in motion or pause with your leg out to the left. And again, I'm not there yet, but if you are, maybe that right hand can reach over your head, reaching towards the left toe. Wherever we are, we're breathing deeply. And release those toes if you have them. Slide your heel back towards center, bend into your knee. Plant your foot here. Release your opposite knee forward. We'll lean back and find that side to side windshield wiper movement here. Lovely. Bring your knees towards center. Find yourself in tabletop on your mat. We're not going to be here long, so if you don't have a blanket already set up, you might not need to. We're coming right into our downward dog. Spread your fingertips wide here, gripping the mat with your finger pads. Curl your toes under, and on an inhale, lifting up into that Adho Mukha Svanasana. Feel that action of pressing into the tip of each finger here. Feel that action of stretching both hip points up and back. And as you connect with those 2 points, hips reaching up, fingers pressing down, feel the way that invites a sense of spaciousness between those points. Nice big inhale here. Let's exhale, release both knees briefly to the ground. Bring both elbows and forearms down. Keep your elbows down, keep your toes curled under, and on an inhale, we'll lift our hips up and back, coming into our dolphin pose, elbows grounded here. Keep pressing your hips up and back towards where the wall meets the ceiling. You might inch your toes a little bit closer to your nose. Big inhale here. Exhale, bring both knees to the mat. Here, our knees will be down for a moment. So if you'd like that support beneath your knees, give yourself that. We're gonna come up nice and tall into our arms. Stretch your right fingertips up towards the ceiling and then slide your right hand between the left hand and the left knee. Walk that left hand in front of your shoulder. We're coming into our thread the needle posture here. Maybe our left leg slides out, straight line from your hip to your heel. Maybe your left hand comes behind your back, whichever variation makes sense today. Breathe into it. Unwind your arm from behind your back, plant your hand in front of your nose, bring your long leg in, and then use an inhale, stretching those right fingertips back up towards the ceiling. Exhale, place that right hand underneath your right shoulder. We'll come directly into the left side, stretching up, threading through. Left side of your head coming to rest on the ground. Maybe that right heel extends long and out to the right. Maybe your right hand rocks behind your back, perhaps grabbing for the left side. Deep breaths here. If your hand is behind your back, send it once more in front of your nose. If your leg is extended, invite your knee beneath your hip. Use an inhale, pressing down into the right hand, free your left fingertips up, and then we'll snuggle the left hand back down to the ground. Spread your fingers wide, that nice Asta Bandha, hand connection to the earth. Curl your toes under, bring both hips up and back into our Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Feel the expansive quality of your breathing here. Sensation of softening and easing with your exhale. Go ahead and walk your hands one handprint closer to your feet, shortening the space of your down dog. Coming one handprint closer. Spread the fingertips of your right hand wide. Grip the earth with your right fingertips and thumb tip. Release your left hand through your body. We're grasping for the outer edge of your lower left shin. Outer edge of that lower left shin, looking out underneath your right arm. Deep breathing. I said lower left, but it's lower right shin. You guys understood me. Deep breaths here. All right, let's release hold of your shin. Bring the palm of your hand back to the ground. Spread those left fingertips here. We're gripping the earth with the fingertips, drawing the center of the palm of your hand away from the ground. Nice firm connection. Asta Bandha here. Right hand releases. Here we'll grab for that outer edge of our left shin. We're looking out underneath the long left arm. Deep breaths here. Next breath in, release hold of your leg. As both hands come back to your mat, walk your hands back forward, coming into the length of your downward dog. Keep your hips pointing up. Press those fingertips into the ground. Feel the inner armpits lift inwards here. The space between your shoulder blades soften. Next breath, shift forward, shoulders over wrists. Walk your toes back, coming into your plank pose here. Breathe in. Big inhale here. As you exhale, lower knees, chin, chest down towards the ground. Release the weight of your body. Stretch your toes back. Roll your shoulders open and tuck your chin in. Click into the 10 toenails here. Lengthen your body long forward and up, coming into a baby cobra. Hands should be able to float here. We're just using our back muscles. Soften back down towards the earth. Inhale, lengthen forward, lifting up, maybe a little higher cobra here. and we'll soften down towards the ground. Once more, inhale, lengthen, lift up, exhale, softening down. Press into your hands and your hips towards your heels, coming back into this pose of the child. Arms might stay forward, might hug back by your heels. Feel into the quality of your breathing here. And if your hands are back by your heels, extend your arms forward. Lift your gaze here, float yourself through tabletop, and we'll come back into a seat on our mat with our feet forward, knees pointing up towards the ceiling. Walk your feet a little wider than your hips here. Grab for the outer edges of both feet, and we're going to lift both of our heels up. Start with bent knees. Draw the straight arms into your shoulders. Feel your heart lift here. Low back is lifting up. If it's available, press your heels out. Lost my balance. Press your heels out. Straighten your legs. We're breathing here. Heart is lifted. Low back is drawing in. We're balancing and breathing. Inhale. Let's exhale, release the soles of your feet towards each other, knees opening away from each other. Bring your low back in, lengthen forward here, and then round in and down, coming into our Baddha Konasana. Deep breaths here. On an inhale, lengthen your low back forward. We'll lift yourselves upwards. Bring yourself into whatever position feels available as we set ourselves up for a breath practice here. So if you'd like a folded blanket, go ahead and use that. Maybe a bolster. Just going to lower the weights for us. And just begin to bring an awareness to the point of contact between your nostrils and the air as it enters and as it leaves your body. And so that flow of air coming in, flow of air coming out. As you breathe in, we'll work with a mantra this morning, but a mantra just in our mind. So we won't say it out loud, but in your mind, as you breathe in, think the word so. And as you breathe out, think the word hum. And so I'll say it just so you have an idea that we're thinking this in our mind, not saying these mantras out loud. Breathing in, so. Breathing out, hum. So, hum. So, hum. Find your own inner pattern of breath. As you breathe with this mantra in your mind, bring awareness back to the mantra as often as you need to. As often as your thoughts take you away, you return. And feel let that inner mantra forward. So we'll begin to transition to full relaxation in your back. If you'd like a bolster, just bend your knees and I'll bring one to you. And keep coming around with the eyes. You feel your body relaxing and supported here by the ground. Let your inner awareness scan your body, feeling all the way down to your feet, ankles, your lower legs, your knees, into your upper legs, into your hips, into the pelvis, into your low back, your low belly, into your ribs, outwards to your muscles and skin of your torso, into your shoulders, your upper arms, your elbows, into your lower arms, into your wrists, into your hands, into your fingers. And bring awareness all the way up to your neck, into your jaw, into your lips, into your nose, into your cheeks, into your eyes, into your forehead, into your brain, in the back of your head. And let yourself hold your whole body in awareness here. Feel your whole body at rest. Feel your whole body receiving these benefits of your practice today. And let yourself slip here into a state of calm relaxation, into a state of deeper ease. Just let your awareness here return to the movement of your breath with your nostrils. And back into movement of your toes and your fingers, your wrists, and your ankles. And as your body stretch long into your body, give yourself a little hug. Rest on one side. And your top hand pressing down to lift your body here to a seat. Invite your palms here to heart as you bow inward, feeling here into that center of wisdom and compassion. And thank yourself for meeting yourself on the mat today.